Hello everyone. For this session we're going to be talking about three different topics. Each topic is actually a review of something that you have seen before, but trying to analyze it in a deeper way. Okay. The first topic would be the double affixation, and it's about words with both prefixes and suffixes. Remember, a prefix is a particle that goes before the word, and a suffix is a particle that goes after the word. Okay, let's see. Now, a lot of adjectives, nouns, and adverbs are made up using prefixes, using a root word that is generally a verb and a suffix. Okay, we have here an example. It says, in Germany, an insistence on the right credentials is often insurmountable. What does that mean? Well, first, the word insurmountable means that it cannot be overcome. But how is it formed? It's formed by the prefix in, which means not. It's a prefix that we use in order to make negative ideas. We have in, on, this, okay? We have the verb surmount, which means overcome, and we have the suffix able or able, A-B-L-E, which means that can be. So in this case, the prefix is making the suffix negative, and it's also using the verb in order to come up with a word, okay? So, insurmountable means that can't be overcome. And now, every time that we use prefixes and suffixes, usually more with suffixes, we have to remember that there can also be spelling changes, okay? We have an example. I was shocked by their unfriendliness. We have the prefix on, which is negative, again. We have friendly, which in this case is an adjective. And we have ness, the suffix ness. Now, what is the change that we see here? In the case of friendly, we drop the Y and we change it for an I, okay? This is a kind of spelling mistakes, no, sorry, changes, spelling changes that we may have, okay? Now, we have these words. They are made up using different prefixes and suffixes. We are going to try, or we are going to analyze each one of them to take out the root word, okay? We have discouraging, ineffective, interdependence, unreliable, counterproductive, misunderstanding, and impolitely, okay? Let's see, for number one, we have discouraging. We are going to divide it into different different particles. We have the prefix this, we have the root word courage, and we have the suffix ing, okay? Let's remember that for regular verbs, the ending ed is actually a suffix, and for gerunds, the ending ing, once again, is a suffix. What do we notice here? In this case, the spelling change that we're going to be making is that the E is dropped, okay? For number two, we have the prefix in, we have the verb effect as the root word, and we have the suffix ibe, okay? Now, once again, what is our root word? Effect. For number three, we have inter as a prefix, we have depend as our root word, and we have the suffix ens or ence, okay? Once again, in this case, we don't have any spelling changes. We are only adding the prefix and the suffix, okay? Our root word, depend. Unreliable, we have the prefix on. Once again, it's one of the negative prefixes. We have the root word rely, and we have the ending able or able, okay? able, sorry. And we do have a spelling change. In this case, the Y changes for an I. For number five, we have counterproductive. We have our prefix counter, product is our root word, IVE is our suffix. Misunderstanding, once again, we have a negative prefix, mis. Our root word is the verb understand, and our suffix is the ending ing in order to make it a gerund. And finally, we have impolitely. Once again, a negative prefix, im, the root word polite, and the ending ly for it to become an adverb. Okay? Now, we have this some sort of chart. It starts with prefixes, root words, and then suffixes. Okay? We're going to use the prefixes, this, il, m, in, on, the root words, mature, taste, accept, resist, logic, and expense, and suffixes, able, all, full, able, ive, and ity, okay? Now, for example, number one, we have mature. In the case of words that start with m, we already have a specific prefix that we're going to use, im, okay? So, we have immaturity. We have im as our prefix, mature as the root word, and ity as the suffix. What do we notice here? We do have to make a spelling change. Which is the change? The e is dropped. Okay, we don't need it anymore. In the case of taste, we're gonna have distasteful. Prefix this, taste, taste as the root word, and full as the suffix. If we notice, there is no spelling change. Unacceptable. Un, the prefix, accept, the root word, suffix, able. What happens? We're making the word negative with the prefix on. Irresistible. We have our prefix resist as the word, and evil as our suffix. Okay? The same thing that kind of happened with immaturity. If you notice, we're using a prefix that's going to allow a repetition of a consonant. Okay, we have resist. We have an appropriate prefix for it. That would be ir. Number 5, illogical. Once again, the same thing as m, as ir, as l. We have logic. We have a repetition of a consonant, in this case the L, and then our suffix is AL. And for number 6, we have inexpensive. In is our prefix, root word expense, and suffix IVE or if. What happens? We are making a spelling change. What is the spelling change? We are dropping the E. Okay? So in this case, if you notice, it's just a review of some things that you have already seen before, just trying to analyze them in a more grammatical and deeper way. And to complete this or to practice this, please, you're going to complete a form that is going to be attached to this same email, and please check the rest of the exercises. Okay? Remember, if you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you.